guys are having a wonderful day and making some really good trades. And let's get right into the analysis here. Well, I was taking a look at SMCI for just a moment there. A very crazy stock right now, but we're gonna take a look at the S&P first. We're gonna cover the SPY, the triple Qs, the IWM, some individual names, and some individual names that people requested as well will be covered in today's video. Again, if you want me to take a look at some ticker symbols or some stocks or even commodities that you want me to cover, you just put it in the comment and I'll take a look at it for you. Again, so we'll start off with the SPY right now. Looks like we're doing this ABC correction. Are we pulling back in the C leg here? Again, if we are, then the target would be between 489 to 482 on the SPY. The triple Qs would be a little bit lower, between 420 and 411. Again, that would be either a first wave 1 of a larger wave 3, and it would be a similar situation here for the S&P 500. Is this a larger wave 4, or is this just another 1-2, and it's just gonna keep going up like so, right? So again, it remains to be seen. But for the time being, things have been going really well. Our trades we've been nailing our trades so far. And right now, this is what I expect in the S&P. So tomorrow we do have the FOMC minutes. It's possible that we could get some follow through towards the downside here. Maybe we get a slight pop at the beginning of the day, and then we start to roll over when they are released. And on top of that, we do have NVDA earnings tomorrow. So again, that's going to be another very important market moving event. NVIDIA is a very big stock right now, and a lot of people are betting big or on either shorts or longs. And we'll take a look at the NVIDIA chart before we take a look at market Cipher. But the NVIDIA, again, this is what I see for NVIDIA, is a possible wave 4 pullback here into some lower levels right around 575. And someone said something very funny the other day, essentially saying like it's I won't say the exact words, but he'll say it's blasphemy essentially to say that NVIDIA will go down and people will crucify you. And that's kind of what it is with what happened in the other day's video. I guess a lot of stupid people were very over leveraged and overexposed with the buying long positions at the $739 level, and just probably FOMO'd in a lot. And unfortunately, if this scenario plays out, then they're going to be left holding a position that's going to be in the negative either for quite a bit of time, or it really depends, or forever. If this was really the top and it starts to fall apart, then yeah, you won't see gains for a very long time or ever. But that's why you don't use your emotions, and you use technical analysis and logic to make your trades. So right now, NVIDIA obviously was a short. Same thing for SMCI, and this is a short that we took, and obviously we nailed it right around 10:30, and boom, it just played out. Huge drop, 32% move, and now we're coming back up either in a B wave here. This was either a 5-wave move, which would have to really get on the smaller time frames to see, or it was just an ABC and it finished right here. I did have a target right here, and it nailed it perfectly. We start to reverse out of it. Now we'll have to see how high this B leg goes, if we do even get one at all. If it's just a very shallow one, and if we're just going to keep falling down in the C leg. But just looking at like the RSI and stuff on the shorter time frames, like the 45-minute, we were oversold, so we were due for a technical bounce. And we did push down 9% today, or 10% to 11% this morning. So it's only natural that we're going to reverse out of it here. But yeah, let's take a look at some other individual names that a lot of people like. ROKU. A lot of people have been trading ROKU, and right now, unfortunately, ROKU did take a tumble on its earnings, and another gap down 7% today, which is really unfortunate because this thing is just keep getting hammered and hammered in. But this is overall a bigger correction in a wave 2. And now it's pulling back in a very deep wave, so it should be finishing up at any moment. But it can go lower in a wave 4, rally, and then another wave 5 with a bullish divergence, and then we'll finally have our low in ROKU, and then it'll be done. And once it's done, then we can finally call it a low, and we could look for some more upside targets Obviously, I think this one would be invalidated now. We would have to look for some lower ones, but we'll take it day by day. We're no need to be in such a rush right now. We don't really know if this is a definitive low, or if it's just going to keep melting down in Roku. Let's take a look at SBUX today. So SBUX, let's take a look here. So SBUX still holding its own right now, but definitely a tough trade. If it starts to come out of it impulsively, then you have your wave 3 finally. If not, then you just gotta be patient. You gotta sit on your hands. You gotta wait. You wait for the position to play out. Let's take a look here at another very popular name. I believe it was PayPal. We always cover PayPal, or every now and then. So PayPal truncated, in my opinion. It didn't reach my target of around $55.48. We hit $55.80. It was really close to hitting it, but it overall it didn't really finish the full cycle. But who knows? We'll see. Either what if we continue lower, then it's just taking it's a longer path down. But if it starts to impulse out of here, then you're starting your wave 1 of a larger wave 3, and this is already finished, and you should be getting ready to experience some very big gains. But looking at where the Nasdaq and the S&P is right now, it's possible that we may see some more downside before that happens. Let's take a look at Mara. So Mara, another one that we've been tracking. So Mara getting a very big hit today, down over 9%. Surprisingly, it did not recover, with Bitcoin recovering so sharply after such a big fall too. And Bitcoin is just like impulsing out here, or it's still I would say, it's still within its range, and it needs to break the range in order to really confirm a move. But right now, Mara, the miners are suffering. They are not benefiting at all from Bitcoin, getting another leg up here. But again, I guess they're a little bit extended. They need to see a bigger correction, so we'll have to see. We'll take it day by day, and I think Mara needs to go a little bit lower before we see more upside in basically like the Bitcoin cycle too. But we'll see. We'll take it day by day. Let's take a look at Market Cipher and Wave Edge. So Wave Edge obviously has been showing us a significant amount of selling, not only on the ETF, SPY ETF, we've seen it on the futures, massive amounts of selling on the window as well. And not only the SPY, but the triple Qs, the Dow Jones, especially the Dow Jones and the IWM. Actually, the IWM not as much, and the IWM setup is actually a little bit more bullish than everything else in terms of the indices. If anything, I would chance more longs on the IWM than longing the Nasdaq and the S&P 500. But yeah, you guys kind of get the picture here. Lots of selling happening on these indexes. All right, let's take a look here at Wave Edge. Sorry, not Wave Edge, Market Cipher. So Market Cipher, we just printed a new weekly candle. So again, now showing us a possible beginning of a top here with a red dot confirmation. We now have bearish divergence. If this confirms, we are going to have bearish divergence from this peak to this peak, and we've made a lower momentum wave. So now you actually have a good setup for a bigger short opportunity if this is going to start to play out. If this is really going to finish up here when you're going to start to go lower, then in that case, you really need to be careful in opening long positions, and like heavy long positions for the long term. I believe the market's going, SPY 1000, stuff like that within a year or two. So I need to long now at all-time highs, essentially, before anyone else figures this out. But I'm pretty sure everyone's kind of figured where the market is right now, and the market is very unsure of where interest rates are going. And when we look at the TLT, that you can see here, the TLT, in my opinion, I think should go a little bit lower into this buy zone. But the 20-year yield has already hit my sale area twice, and it is pulling back from there. But it doesn't mean that you can't go in a little bit deeper before you get a major reversal out of it, right? Right now we're touching it a couple of times. Could it push in higher? Yeah, it could. It could technically. You cannot discount that. Looking at the daily, you could push up a little bit more, which means the TLT could enter this area, which means if the TLT is going lower, that means yields are going higher, and the markets will not like that one bit. They are going to kick back very hard if we see in the FOMC minutes that we may not get the cuts as soon as we thought, and we're actually may have to wait until December or something like that. The markets, we're pricing in so many cuts this year, and so far we haven't seen a single one. But yeah, I mean, you just gotta pay attention to the data, pay attention to what the market's doing. Right now, there's a big AI bubble, obviously, and everyone's kind of either trying to short top ticket or pile into it a little bit late. But you guys do whatever you want. If you're making a lot of money longing AI stocks and buying call options all over the place and it's working out for you, by all means, do whatever you want. Do what is best for you. But if you find out that you're consistently losing money trying to buy these names and you keep getting blown up, then in that case, I think you should, look back, take a break, and reevaluate what you're doing. All right, I think that covers it for now. We'll take a look at Tesla here, another one that we've been tracking. Tesla has been actually, we'll take a look at Tesla and Unity Software, because I did promise someone I would take a look at Unity Software. So Tesla, to me, looks like this ABC correction is finished. We entered my sell area and we completely fell out of it since then. I don't see any other setup, until really we start to break these lows. Then I could say that we are entering the final fifth wave here, at which point we could take a look at the daily time frame and look for some bullish divergence. So if we make a lower low right around 168, or if we even go to like the 160s or 150s, then we still have bullish divergence, then that's going to be a screaming buying opportunity. That's going to be like your moment that you want to get in before it's too late, because Tesla may start to take off. Unless we break this zone at 145, then that's your hard stop and you want to get out. Again, this is obviously a very big range, 17% range here. But again, these larger cycles work, these patterns work, and when they play out, it's just amazing to see. A good example would probably be the SPY. When I had a buy area illustrated here, we just entered it one time, and that was enough to propel the markets to all-time highs. Did I think we were going to do 20% on the SPY? No, I did not think we were going to do 20% on the SPY at all. But that's just the way it played out. That's just how it played out. All right. I think that's it for now. I don't really have much to add. I'll cover Unity Software, and then we'll wrap it up. So Unity Software, it's trying to get out of this buy area here. It's still just let's just keep tapping it, ticking it a little bit, and then it keeps reversing. So you can see there's a lot of buy orders piling in here. We'll take a look at it on Market Cipher to see if we can see any signs that Unity Software should be coming out of this level that we got going on. So again, wave edge showing a red cross with this, which is actually bearish, which means we could be getting we might get some lower prices, and we might get deeper into this buy area. The 4-hour time frame, same thing, red cross. 1 hour. I mean, I don't really get on these smaller time frames. I like to stick to the daily and the weekly and the 4-hour. Daily time frame here, we have a very tight momentum wave with a red dot. However, today was a pretty big market sell-off, so across the board, everything in tech was kind of selling off. But overall, until you really take out this pivot here at 3101, then you should be a buy, and it should be a buy throughout here. But if you are looking for like some day trades, then you do have a pivot to trade against, so you have a bit of downside, maybe 3.4%. And after that, you should stop out if you cross this pivot. And if you're looking just to accumulate, then these are your opportunities to accumulate Unity Software before it can come out of this move here. Okay, so that's basically it. Don't really have much to add on Unity. We can take a look at some other names maybe, but I think that's enough for today. If you guys wanted me to take a look at your tickers, just leave them in the description, and I'll be more than happy to help you guys out. Thanks for the support. We're almost at 500 subscribers. We've been climbing very steadily throughout the weeks, and let's keep it going. Peace.